Mel Haber is truly a one-of-a-kind personality. We hope you will enjoy this insight into the boss. He is best known for his quick wit, thousands of stories, and of course, his smile that is never-ending. Good morning, Mr. Haber.
Morning.
I hear you have a story about Clive Davis.
Yep. It's a busy Saturday night. The place is jammed. I'm at the end of the bar. People standing around waiting for tables. As I look to the front of the restaurant, I see Clive Davis. Clive Davis, the president of Arista Records, handled Barry Manilow, handled Whitney Houston, the biggest guy in the music business. So there was a phone at the end of the bar, and I called the maitre d' at the front of the bar, and I said, Brian, the man standing in front of you with the other two gentlemen, his name is Clive Davis. When you're ready to seat him, please signal me. I'll come down. I'd like you to introduce me. I'd like to meet Mr. Davis. So a few minutes later, Brian, the maitre d' gives me a signal. I go running down to the front of the restaurant, and he says, Mr. Davis, I'd like you to meet our owner, Mr. Haber. And without looking at me, Clive Davis hands me his drink and says, here, carry this. Well, that had never happened to me before, so just another experience. We're walking through the dining rooms to seat Davis and his two gentlemen friends in the second dining room. And I'm laughing to myself, what a big deal I am. Here, carry my drink, he said. Walking back through the first dining room, I see a very famous public relations guy from Beverly Hills who I know by the name of Norman Winter. So I walk up and I says, Norman, you want to know what a big deal I am? They introduce me to Clive Davis, and he tells me to carry his drink. He says, come on, we got to tell Clive that story. He says, no, I don't want to embarrass him. He says, I know Clive very well. It's not going to embarrass him. So he walks me back to Clive Davis's table, and he says, Clive, they introduce you to the owner of the restaurant, and you tell him to carry your drink. Without looking up, Clive Davis says, get me another scotch and soda, will you? That became a famous story here, and I put it in the book. When Clive Davis came in after my book was published, I showed him the story. Clive Davis comes in periodically. Every time he comes in, whoever is with him says to me, get me another scotch and soda, will you please? He likes telling the story. When you're big, you're big.